Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I'm with my two friends Mattéo and Théo today, and we are going to be talking to you guys about the Master in Management at ESSEC. So Théo, can you tell us a bit about yourself?
Yes, hi Dhivenya, hi everybody. So my name is Théo, I'm 23 years old, I'm from Haute-Savoie in France. And so before ESSEC, I studied in Lyon, I did a prep school during 2 years. And now I'm currently work at LVMH in investment, real estate investment.
This is your internship, right?
Yeah.
At LVMH. Okay, and what about you, Mattéo?
Okay, actually my background is the same as Théo because I also did a prep school in Lyon and then I joined the SEC in 2022 and now I'm in an internship in Renault because I would like to work in the auto industry, so it's a perfect opportunity for that.
On the contrary to Mattéo and Théo, I'm not in the Masters in Management, but I did a specialized Masters in Procurement and Supply Chain, and I've made a few videos on that, so you can go check it out too if you're interested. So before we get into the discussion, can you tell me what MiM is?
So yes, the Master in Management, it's a really general program that open the doors for all the position in finance, consulting.
Yes, consulting and finance are not the only fields that are available just after the MiM. And actually, the MiM provides you all the skills that you need to go in corporate world, in startup, to become an entrepreneur or to become a good analyst. And it's very wide.
Can you tell us more about the Masters in Management in ESSEC? What are the specificities of the one in particular in ESSEC compared to other programs in France?
Okay, so first I think that we need to clarify some requirements to graduate from the Master in Management at ESSEC. So first of all, we need to do at least 12 months in internship, so professional experience, and also six months abroad. So this experience abroad really depends on your background. For instance, if you come from a university from another country, you don't need to do this experience.
ESSEC, the MiM, it's European, worldwide recognized master. Also for the a la carte program, you can pick your topics, your courses when you want. Each trimester you can decide to go abroad, to travel abroad, or to take a course in Cergy. This is a real advantage of this master.
So for example, since we also have a Master's in Finance at ESSEC, you can take a core subject in the Master in Finance?
That's it. If you are in the MiM, you can take a hospitality course or supply chain.
That's what you guys did, right?
Yes,
yes, exactly.
I did the GAISC program with the Singaporean track, and you guys, we'll get into that later, why they were in Singapore as well, but that's how we met. So from what I understand, you also have specializations within the Master in Management. Can you tell us more about that?
Maybe first of all, let's start with the fact that your specialization won't change anything in your graduation at the end, and the Master in Management, whatever the specification, remains the Master in Management.
Okay.
For example, I took a specialization in real estate and hospitality.
Is there like a list of specializations that you have?
So yes, you have shares. So it's really important at ESSEC. This is 6-month programs in partnership with big corporates. You have a lot of seminars, visits that are organized in relation with the industry. For example, geopolitics or real estate or data analysts.
You also have like beauty and luxury as well.
Yes, you have one with LVMH, you have one with Carrefour for...
Okay. I think that it's a really great added value at ESSEC, and it's good to take benefits from these specificities. And actually there are also, not only there are shares, there are also tracks.
Right.
And tracks, it's a bit different things because you don't need to do it within 6 months, but it's just picking up some mandatory courses to validate the track. Yes, for instance, I've just joined the track industry.
Alright.
So the real name is Detect and the Future of Industry. Among the courses I needed to validate to validate this track. For instance, I had to validate the course, the automotive industry strategy, which was really interesting, to get some insight about this industry, to get some contact and to develop my network in this field. And we have some conferences very, very often.
Okay, so then can you explain to me like what were you guys doing in Singapore?
So during our program, we can go and decide to go abroad in Singapore or in Rabat. Each trimester, it's like the a la carte program, and we decided to go during fall because all the ESSEC students of our program went during summer. It's traditional to go during summer in Singapore. We wanted to just have our trip separately from from the promotion.
Yes, during summer there are two tracks: general management in Asia and the finance track. So we choose the operation track because we think that it's very important to be curious, and actually we are not normally attracted by this kind of field like logistics, management and supply chain, and it was a great opportunity to discover all these things in Asia and obviously to meet Dhivenya.
Right, so for the most important part of this video, we're going to talk about the application process to the Master Management in ESSEC.
So first of all, what is important to know is that on average 50% of the students of the MiM are from prep school. So as we mentioned, we did this track, and the other 50% come from another bachelor or license that they got, either from France, either from the international. And so we did 4 different tests after our writing tests, which are technique tests at ESSEC. It lasts 1 day, and it's like logical tests. And then 3 orals, 2 for the languages, and 1 it's a personality test, which is common to all the programs. Right,
so which means to say that anyone who's applying for the Master in Management, regardless of where you come from, everyone will have this personality oral test.
Yes, it's the more important test, so let's talk about it maybe.
Okay, regarding this personality oral test, can you tell me more about like the jury? So who are you being tested by?
In the jury there are 3 persons. The first one is a professional, so from the business world. The second one is usually a teacher, but this person can be from ESSEC community. For instance, it can be from the administrative.
Okay. Alright, so as long as the person's from ESSEC.
Yes.
Okay, understood.
And the third one is, last but not least, the students. So, for instance, with Théo, we were part of a jury. And let's say that the third person is very important to convince. Sometimes we think that because it's a student, his weight is let's say lighter than the others.
Right.
It's not the case at all. And his mind is very important in the final decision.
Okay.
But yes, what is really important with this composition of the jury with 3 jurors, with this composition of the jury, it's really hard to trick the jury or to play a role during 45 minutes with 3 persons with different backgrounds.
Was this interview face-to-face or was it on visual?
For us, it was face-to-face.
But normally for international students, it's
online.
Online, yes.
Okay.
This interview is very dynamic, so that when you want to seduce one of the members of the jury, actually another one asks you a question which is in a total different field. And actually you can't just try to seduce one and to target one member. So it means that you need to be yourself.
And aware of like the 3 different people.
Exactly.
So since you guys are also part of the jury, can you tell us what's on the evaluation grade if that's not too confidential?
It's very important to know that at the end of your interview, the juries just fill in a grade of different criteria. And for instance, there is a criteria which is entrepreneurship. And if you haven't shown any entrepreneurial skills, you won't have the maximum grade because actually it has not been evaluated.
Okay.
So yes, and the grade it's just a letter. It's just to be crystal clear. It's like A, B, C, D, E, and you have a cross, a stick in the. So yes, in the corresponding box.
So, what kind of questions were asked to you guys during your oral exams?
Personally, the questions at the beginning were very basics, like they just wanted to know me, and then I tried to lead the interview regarding the topics that I was interested in. And so it was like a conversation.
I think that the tricky question come when you are not really convincing the jury.
I see.
For instance, me when I was a jury, I asked some very basic question like, okay, you love cooking, what's your favorite food?
Yeah.
Okay, just convince me of why you love this food, or just be natural. There is no special...
There's no right answer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But on the contrary, for some subjects, okay, you want to work in luxury. Why? What luxury means to you?
Yeah.
And if the answer is not convincing me, okay, I will raise again a question which leads to know if you are really understanding in which field you want to work.
Yes, but as I said, when you try to lead the interview, the jury is very curious and want to dig further in your interest.
I think I had the same experience as well. For me, I think my interview lasted 45 minutes as well, and it was a great time because they were just asking me why I was interested for my masters, and it was just a chat. And which is why I can't stress enough about how important it is to really know yourself, like what your motivation is and why you're doing what you're doing. If you're not clear on that, the jury will pick it up, and then that's when things get a bit risky, I'd say.
Yeah.
What kind of advice can you give to the people who are going to be going through their oral exams for ESSEC?
To me, it's important to avoid small talks with the jury. So for example, if you want to be a consultant, it's maybe too low level to just say I want to have an impact, I want to change the world, and I think with ESSEC and the leadership and all the keywords you know it's not enough. It's not enough. It's important just to speak with your heart during the interview.
And what about you, Mattéo? Do you have any advice for the oral test?
Yes, what's very important is about your values. For your personality, for, just providing a good image of yourself. But pay attention, because with your values, the jury will try to
test you.
Exactly.
So do you guys have any last advice for the people who are watching this video?
Yes, I have one. One of the three members of the jury didn't talk at all during the interview, and in the end he just looked at the candidate and asked her, can you remember what's my job? And so yes, the candidate said yes, she answers the good job.
And what about you, Mattéo?
Okay, my piece of advice is very simple. It's just be yourself. Don't build up something for the interview. Yes, actually the jury will deep dive into all the parts of your motivation, and you must be aligned on every part of your interview. ESSEC doesn't expect you on a profile. There is no profile which is the best one, or no. If one of your values are not, climate change or social subjects, okay, no worry.
It's okay, just be honest about it.
Just be honest. It's not possible to arrive at the interview and just fake something, because after 45 minutes
they will know.
It will come up.
So we have reached the end of the video. I hope that it has been very helpful for you guys. Thank you once again, Mattéo and Théo, for being a part of this video. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comment section and we will get back to you. Ciao!
Bye guys!